Hello everyone, I am Renown Zero, and as if it couldn't be any worse for the Fantastic Four, the First Steps, it is now confirmed that Sue Storm is indeed the true leader of the Fantastic Four, according to Marvel producer, as Vanessa Kirby mocks the classic Invisible Woman comic portrayal, and you should no longer play the Invisible Woman. You should be recast, and this movie should immediately be delayed, because if you do not care about the character and what she stands for and what she looks like in her absolute portrayal in the comic, you should not be playing this character, because clearly you don't care about this character at all. You just care about getting yourself a paycheck. So let's get in this article here from That Park Place. Sue Storm is the true leader of the Fantastic Four, according to Marvel producer, as Vanessa Kirby mocks classic Invisible Woman comic portrayal. Well, yeah, because the comic portrayal is better looking than you, has a better body than you, and that's why you mock the portrayal. A producer on the Fantastic Four First Steps has made a bold claim about the team's leadership, and it's not Reed Richards wearing the crown. According to producer Grant Curtis, the upcoming Marvel Studios reboot will position Sue Storm as the true center and leader of the iconic superhero team. In a new interview with Collider, Curtis addressed Marvel's approach to the character this time around, suggesting a dramatic shift from previous iterations. And this is why people that don't care about comics, that don't care about these characters, should not be working on a movie based on these characters. Quote, "If you do go back through the comics, you realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four. No, she is not. Because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart." Considering that Mr. Fantastic is one of the smartest characters in all of the Marvel Universe, no. Curtis said, he further added that while the film's aesthetic may nod to past versions, the story and character focus are intended to reflect modern sensibilities, and this is where you immediately lose people, because we don't give a crap about these modern sensibilities, especially when the movie takes place in the 70s, if I'm not mistaken. We had to decide to date aesthetically, but in terms of character and treatment, who should be front and center? It's like, hey, let's tell the best story possible. And yet, by telling the best story possible, you decide that Sue Storm should be the leader of the Fantastic Four, even as Reed Richards is named Mr. Fantastic. Curtis did not directly bash earlier Fantastic Four films, such as the 2005 and 2007 entries that starred Jessica Alba, the films that are better than this piece of crap is going to be. But Collider was quick to do it for him. The outlet framed those past portrayals as products of a more male-gazing era of filmmaking. Yes, because the people that mainly watched films like this, superhero films, are, you guessed it, males. Particularly straight white males. The outlet criticized the original versions of Sue Storm for lacking depth and positioned the new film as a corrective step towards stronger female representation, as though that's something the modern MCU lacks. Yeah, as Captain Marvel's a piece of dog crap movie, as garbage as that movie was, as garbage as her character was, as you try to sit here and push Ironheart, a character nobody gives a crap about, who completely stole her whole identity from a man. Yeah. So much stronger female representation, as every single role that these females seem to get in these upcoming series and movies are all taken from a man. Even with Silver Surfer here. Vanessa Kirby, who plays Sue Storm in First Steps, echoed similar sentiments. Speaking about the balance of portraying Sue as a mother, wife, sister, and superhero, Kirby emphasized avoiding stereotypical portrayals of femininity, framing those traditional elements in a negative light, because you are dealing with leftists who don't give a crap about the nuclear family. Quote, "It's the reality of embracing being pregnant and then carrying a baby throughout without falling into tropes or the archetypes we see in film around it," Kirby told Collider. "It's a daily choice, and even when it came to getting costumes for things, I was like, don't give me any dolly skirts." As you have your female Silver Surfer here. Director Matt Shakman described Sue Storm previously as the emotional and moral compass of the team, someone who complements Reed Richards not just romantically but ideologically. If he is the most scientifically intelligent person, he is, then she is the most emotionally intelligent person on the planet, Shackman said. Between the two of them, they're building an idealistic society. Shackman also confirmed that Sue will be the head of the Future Foundation in the movie, a fictional think tank in the comics responsible for global peace initiatives and advanced scientific research. And yet, Reed Richards is the one that's scientifically intelligent, the most scientifically intelligent person, but yet you put Sue Storm at the front of that. Okay, make that make sense. This role positions Sue at the helm of one of the most powerful organizations in the Marvel Universe. Kirby recounted seeing outdated gender roles in earlier comics, including one where Reed Richards calmed Sue's quote-unquote complaining by buying her a new dress. Yeah, because women definitely don't like getting new gifts. She said she and co-star Pedro Pascal, who plays Reed, laughed about it, essentially mocking the classic comic roots of these characters, which again, you should not be playing these characters if you don't respect the lore of the characters you are playing. For her take on Sue, Kirby wanted a different tone. What makes me feel truly feminine is allowing in space for vulnerability, she said. I didn't want to make Sue simply a bad boss B-word. Instead, she hopes the film presents Sue with what she called a genuine feminine soulfulness. Well, she's not this, by the way. She needs Reed Richards to function. Marvel's The Fantastic Four First Steps is set to reboot the storied franchise of Marvel's first family within the MCU continuity. The film stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, way too old, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, not good looking enough to be honest, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, who is going to be feminized from what I remember, and Evan Moss Bachrach as Ben Grimm. While many fans were initially excited at the prospect of seeing Marvel's first family, no they were not, because they knew how the Marvel MCU would screw this up, and they absolutely seem to have with this nonsense going on. Finally brought into the same universe as the Avengers, some have questioned the creative direction, particularly when it comes to retrofitting long-established roles. Curtis's comments are sure to reignite debate among longtime comic book readers and casual audiences alike, especially given the clear push to recenter the franchise around Sue Storm. Whether fans will embrace the shift, they absolutely won't, or see it as sidelining Reed Richards, that's exactly what they'll see it as, remains to be seen when the Fantastic Four First Steps hits theaters. So you already have films that are massively flopping back to back to back. This could have been this phase's Spider-Man No Way Home. But you choose to screw it up by simply not following the canon and following the lore of the characters in the comic books, deciding that Sue is now going to be the leader of the Fantastic Four, even though literally Reed Richards is called Mr. Fantastic. You're going to make Johnny Storm a femboy, basically, a feminine version with a ton of toxic masculinity, all that bull crap that we've seen talked about. And then on top of that, you have female Surfer, a character nobody cares about in the comics. So you continue to do things that do not appease actual comic book fans. You continue to appease the normies who will simply check out when they realize this movie is a piece of crap. Because you decided you want to make the woman the leader of the Fantastic Four. What are we doing, Marvel? This is stupid. Stop appeasing the modern sensibilities, and how about appease actual comic book fans? That is how you will get people to put their butts in seats and actually watch this film. You're competing against Superman, and even that film is not going to be great in my opinion. I don't feel like that's going to be a great Superman film coming from James Gunn. We'll see how it all shakes up, though. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're going to see this movie when it comes out, or if you're not going to see this movie. I'd like to know as well why you are not interested in this movie, which I feel like most people will not be interested if you're going to make Sue Storm the leader of the Fantastic Four. Thank you all for checking out this video. Smash the like button if you liked the video. As I said, comment below, subscribe for more content, hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post in a video or go live on the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.